So a couple of formulas that you want to have down. We already have down percent over 100 equals is over of. But a very similar formula is percent over 100 equals part over whole. And what I want you to know about the description of the whole, all of it, in many story problems, that is referring to the original, like original price, original value. So this guy is my original. The next thing I'm going to do here is look through my problem here to try to fill in each of the blanks. Now, of course, I know that it goes over 100, so the first thing I'm going to do is put 100 right there. Now, as I read through, it says the next model of a sports car will cost 6.2% more than, all right, so the percentage is 6.2. So in the percent spot, I'm going to put 6.2. Then I keep reading, 6.2% more than the current model. The current model costs $33,000. So part over whole, that's the original amount. So if this is referring to the original amount, this car originally cost $33,000. So in this spot right here, I'm gonna put $33,000. Okay, then that means this is my unknown. So I'm gonna put a variable in that spot, and I just went with P for part. Next, I want to solve this little proportion that I've set up. Some of you will use the shortcut to solve, and if you use the shortcut, remember that's cross multiply then divide. So I could multiply the numbers that are diagonal, get an answer, then divide by the number diagonal to the letter. So I'd take 6.2 times 33,000 divided by 100. If you ended up doing that, you're gonna end up here with 2,046. Now, if you forget the cross multiply then divide as a shortcut, remember you can always set this times this equal to this times this. I'm going to go ahead and go back and do that, setting 100 times P equal to 6.2 times 33,000. Multiplying 6.2 times 33,000, which really amounts to the cross multiply, then divide. To get the P by itself, I've got to divide by 100. So this is just the work that leads to the shortcut cross multiply then divide. So what does that number represent? This first fraction right here is about percentages, and this fraction, because we put in 33,000, that's about money. Now going across, this is 6.2% that the car increased. So if this is 6.2% increase, this represents the money that it increased. So what we found here is the increase in price. For this particular one, it would like you to say what is the amount of money that something is going to go up or down. So we're starting with the price of the car is going to go up 2,046. And then it wants us to say, well, what is going to be the price of the next model? So in this one here, the price of the next model is going to be that original plus how much money it increased by. So in this case, that's 33,000 plus the 2,046, and we end up getting 35,046. A very similar problem, just changing one word, is let's say that instead of what's next year's model, maybe somebody bought a car and a year later it was worth 6.2% less, like it went down in value. We wouldn't change anything at the beginning. we would still put 6.2% over 100, P over the original 33,000. But when we get here, if it went down by 6.2%, then this would be the money it went down, and I would end up subtracting this to see how much it's worth now. So step one, fill in this proportion. That part should be pretty straightforward because your percent goes here and the original price goes here. Cross multiply, then divide, and you've got this. Then you just have to decide, should I take this amount and add it to this one, or should I take this amount and subtract it from that one? If it's the price went up, we're adding this amount. If it went down, we would be subtracting it.